Hello. So, I have been testing a lot of totem builds. I played for many seasons also. I tried different ones. But this totem build is probably the best totem build I ever played ever. And the reason is you do all the bosses easy. And of course you can do all map mods. And it's quite of tanky. Um, and the DPS is just insane. Um, so let me show you a little bit about this for those who are very interested. The skill is Dark Pact, of course. And the thing here is like you do Dark Pact and Skitterbots. That's what I've been using for now. And of course a Stone Golem. But I think this build is like a lot of potential. I tested just like a little bit. I have been thinking about go CI, for example, also, but that can be more expensive. What I've been doing now, it's like not super expensive at all, and I crush almost all everything, except I have some problems in Heist when it's a lot of action when I'm running back, but most of it is quite super easy. So let's look at the skill tree here. The stuff I've been doing is like I'm going for totems and more totems and some mana. And of course I have also Mind Over Matter, so most of the hits will take, big hits will take some of my mana. And more mana because of the reservation and everything. So it's quite good. And other than that, I've been going up here, taking some damage, life, going down and taking some totem life. Of course, you need to think about Dark Pact. It's scaling because you don't have skeletons or anything. It scales just about the life you have on Dark totems. So I scale totem. Here I have just like Corrupted Blood. Doesn't matter so much, but I think it was good because I've been killed sometimes when I didn't have it. And more area, life, and mana. Here you have like you see here, this jewel here is like, I'm guessing a lot of people thinking about what's the price for this build. And I can show you a little bit what I have been using. This one, of course, you can just buy one with Corrupted Blood. Doesn't need to cost everything, but this is something just I make myself, so didn't cost me anything, but except Wall Orb. But you will use some chaos on this. Maybe you can use 10 chaos and then you have it, I think, just with the Corrupted Blood. This is like 2 chaos or something. Totems is not popular at all. Life is good, and some crit multiplier I have here. Then I go more to more life and mana, more crit and multiplier, cast speed. And I was thinking go more life and energy shield. Here you have crit, life, cast speed, crit, life, and energy shield, and also some more crit. It's more basic what I've been taking. The more interesting stuff is, and of course, Ancestral Bond, more crit and life. But here is the most interesting part. You can buy, of course, a perfect large cluster, but you don't need to use so much money in the beginning, because you will have more than enough DPS. For example, I will show you after for those who are interested, but you will have more than enough DPS. This large cluster is maybe the most expensive one, just because a lot of builds this league is like Toxic Rain and a lot of these stuff also using these cluster jewels. If not, then it will be a lot more cheaper. But as you see here, it's not perfect because I had 9 passive skills instead of 8. But I think it was completely okay, and I don't know how much I paid for it. Maybe 50 chaos, something like that, or 40. 40, I think it was. But around that, then you have this large cluster. As you see here, Dark, Unholy, and Victpal is the stuff I'm using at the moment. Here also you can choose some different. But for medium cluster jewels, I think it's very important to have the one with snaring spirits and one with ancestral preservation. And you see here, totems hinder enemies near when summoned. So that's very nice when you throwing out your totems. Then you will cool down their movement a little bit, and of course life. And here you see, I just bought a cheap jewel socket, maybe a couple of chaos. That's it. So here, a lot of potential. And on the other cluster jewel, I took, as you see, ancestral preservation because of the life, and defense for the totems. And here I have onslaught when you summon a totem. It's quite good also. So if you use those two, it's quite good. And of course, 2 chaos for this jewel. Nothing expensive. And jewel sockets for totem is quite cheap. This is what I have for now. And look, let's look at the gear here. As you see, you can you choose whatever you want. This is not expensive at all. Just like 1 life roll and some resist. Same with this. Not expensive. Maybe a couple of chaos. Maybe a couple of chaos. And this one I paid a little bit more, but it's not perfect. But the stuff I wanted here was the enchant. Critical strike chance if you haven't crit recently. And since you're using totems, it's quite good. And this is the main stuff you need to have on your build. This is like alpha omega. Because the stuff is here is when you put out your totems targeting the enemy. So you don't need to think about where you put the totems. They will be killed anyways because of this ancestral projector chooses the enemy right away. So this is expensive, and this is the most expensive with the build. I'm guessing around 130 chaos around that now to have it. And you see here is just a resist ring, so, that I'm using now. And here is my wand at the moment. Nothing super special about this. It's just like something I have, maybe 15 chaos or something you need to pay. I think it's fairly cheap. Instead of a lot of other builds that you need to have like 10x and stuff. So this is quite good at the moment. And here you have the only thing that's very matter a little bit here is nearby enemies take -9 chaos resist. Of course you can also do this much better, but this is just like random stuff I had and didn't want to use so much money in the beginning just to see how it goes. And my amulet is the same. Nothing super special. You see I have 1 level to all chaos skill gems, but that's fairly all. So, and I have allocated Ironwood, and for those who are wondering where is that, it's like here, down here, to have more life. And of course they have more physical reduction, and yeah. So, with scaling life more or less, it's quite easy and cheap. So, and my chess piece, here I just bought something random because I just needed a 6 link. I think I paid 40 chaos for this. And the reason why I bought it is like, I see You can have tons of opportunities here. But the stuff I was thinking about with this, first of all, you get +2 level of socketed AoE gems and 1 socketed gems from before. And if you use, for example, Empower, mine is level 3, and then it will be level 4. So you see the Dark Pact scales a lot with the stuff you have when you have Empower also. So here it gets like 7 levels, and 1 from the amulet, and 3 from the chest, and 3 from Empower. But here also you can maximum this much more than I did. You don't need to use the Skin of the Loyal. You can use some crit stuff and maybe more curses and stuff, but I haven't min-maxed this so much. I just wanted to use it simple and just to show you guys how it goes. So here is Dark Pact level 21, 23. This was fairly cheap because Dark Pact, nobody uses it. So I think I paid like, how much was it? 10 chaos or something like this. It was super cheap to have it because nobody uses it. Conk effect, here you see I have level 19. I haven't even quality it. Void manipulation, of course. Here you could have awakening void manipulation. But I just wanted to test. This is 2020. Empower, of course, not maximum here. Also, you see, it could be level 4 from before, so it will be level 5. Multiple totems. 13 in quality here. Nothing special. And spell totem. So that's the stuff I'm using now. And all the gems is not expensive at all. And this is like fairly cheap. I have Divine Mana Flask, and the reason why I have it because I have Mind Over Matter. So I haven't used it so often because I regen the mana very fast, but I use it now and then, and it's nice to have just in case because it's very boring to run around and you cannot do anything. Diamond Flask and Granite Flask, some life. That's mainly everything I have here on this build. So fairly, if you're thinking about the price, totally, with the cluster jewels, so then I'm guessing around 200 chaos maximum that you will use to have everything up and going, with included the astral projector and the large cluster jewels, because nobody uses it, so it's fairly cheap. So I can show you a little bit here how it goes. Like I just made a random tier 16 map. And of course, you can do all the map mods. You don't need to think about it. That's also something I like with the build, because you don't need to think about the map mods at all. So you can do everything included. No regen from energy or mana stuff. But as you see, I just putting the totems out and they work. So this is tier 16, killing everything like butter. So this is how it goes. You can just keep on, and the bosses also will melt down super fast. So, and as you see, I don't. You don't need to die at all at this if you put the totems in front of you, and also wait if you have the patience. Normally I don't have it. So that's mainly how it goes. I just wanted to show you very fast how the skill works. I think that's all. Yeah, I don't can think more about the build, but if you have some comments about the build, just post below. I just wish you good luck. This is the best totem build I ever played, and I killed also Cyrus on Awakening level 5. I need to say, me and Cyrus, we are not good friends. Maybe it's not normally the builds that's a problem, it's me who sucks donkey and not so good at playing and trying to find Cyrus when he's teleporting around. But with this build, it smashed him completely, and I just died once. And normally I don't even take him because I'm running all around like a goose and doing stupid things, and then dies, and yeah. But with this build, just put the totem up and they slay the boss, and if you die, you just lay down, relax, chill, drink some coke, and just see the bosses die because the totem's still up and going when you're dead also. So it's quite good. And if you're not so good player, I think this is very good because you will kill all the bosses. For even if you die, the totems will be there and hammering the boss even if you're dead. And if you have like a good DPS on it also, it's quite good. So that's all, folks. Good luck with this build, and also if you have any question, just post below and I will try to answer it.